Hi, welcome to the Deep Dive, where I, the creator of the Deep End, go more in depth about each of my shows. This is Season 2, Show 2. So to start off, whoa, wait a minute! Excuse me, I'm kind of in the middle of doing this. Yeah, I don't care. There's an important announcement. Alright, I guess I'll go sit over somewhere. Okay, bye. Alright, I just wanted to bring to all of your attention that the Deep End is subject to change. Recently, as I was going over the videos, I saw that some of them were blocked. Reason being is because the algorithm decided Queen songs were not allowed to be played, period. Meaning, they blocked the videos from being viewed anywhere. Now, most of the actual Deep End episodes are blocked anyway, at least in certain, countries and territories. But this was like a full-on blockage, as in no one could see it. That was a problem. So I had to go back and undo all of that by essentially muting all the sound where it's supposed to be. So now if you go back to show 2 or show 9, specifically for season 1, then you'll just get a bunch of blurred mess. So this essentially means that for the future, I am probably never going to play any other Queen song unless I want to risk an actual copyright strike. I'd like to remind you all, this is a non-profit channel, but sadly, this is also an incredibly small channel. So YouTube is probably not going to favor me if I try to dispute it. So if you're like, why don't you play this song? This would be perfect. That's probably why. Alright, we can continue back on with the regular deep dive. Come back. Okay, I guess I'm back. So starting off with making the show, I was way less prepared for the actual show itself because that specific week was pretty busy. I had a speech, I had a presentation, and of course I had the show. Usually school stuff will take priority over hobby stuff since this is no longer being done as a class, this is being done by myself. So I had to kind of take priority first in the speech because that was the first one due, which I think I did well on. 2 was the presentation, which I kind of sidelined a little bit, but I had bigger priority in it over the show itself. And then come Sunday night after work, I finally started actually making the show, and you can pretty much tell when I take my time making it versus when I rush through it, because sometimes that's what will cause the show to be shorter, longer, other such. But also, sometimes story sections won't seem nearly as long as regular speaking sections, or maybe I'll choose songs that are extremely short. Not really on purpose, that's just what happens. But regardless of me being less prepared, I was still very determined to turn this into something golden. So I found as I was doing it, I still had this natural flow. I've done this so many times before, and unlike before where everything would be kind of robotic and scripted, I was starting to move more into this just roll with it kind of mindset, which definitely carries on into my future show, which really makes it feel like my characters are actually talking with each other and not like I'm just sitting in a booth reading a script. Now, when it comes to performing, unfortunately, I took a trip to Choke City. I just couldn't seem to stop choking over my words. Part of it was dehydration, because my mouth was really sticky, so it was hard to get certain words out quick enough. But regardless, I was mostly calm and collected. I had been doing this for so long, so even when I make a mistake, I don't immediately go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. No, I keep going with it. Another thing that really helped was choosing the old system rather than the new system that I did last time. While in the third show there were a little bit of complications with it, it was still the perfect as is. I did not need to change it at all. So as I was actually doing it, I was getting really my confidence was rising. I was like, yeah, this could do good. Maybe, just maybe, this might be the thing that makes people more inclined to want to hear more from me. So then later, when I was listening back to it, I was just very proud. I was like, yeah, I did pretty good, minus the here and there's, but I was going yeah, this is my show. But I'm still plotting on how to top this. And what you'll see throughout the entirety of this semester is that I will try to one-up each episode, either by including more or fixing things around, but at the very least, I want to get to that peak where I've been doing this for so long that nothing will get in the way of me doing it. Bringing me to that moment where, like, I felt at peace. I felt like, honestly, if this was the best I could give right now, then I'd be perfectly fine with it. But since I do know I can do better, I will keep going until this semester and possibly next semester too, which would be my last semester, but at least I'd be going out with a bang. And that concludes this deep dive. So if you have any questions that I didn't really answer, or if you wanted to hear more about something, feel free to drop a question or so in the comment, and I will try to answer it as quick as possible. And with that, you have yourself a great day.